YouTube, we are in the middle of Georgia somewhere, picking up a giant pile of crap. You guys are probably wondering, Travie, what are you doing? What is you doing, Travie? What is this giant hunk of metal on this trailer? Why? I thought you were moving. What's going on? So, mind the Cummins back there, it's really loud, but there's been a change of plans. You guys know that I want to move out west. Well, with this whole coronavirus thing going on, everyone's freaking out. Like, as far as like my situation and stuff with work and trying to get the move out there, it's just not going to work out. Everything's kind of just shutting down. Like, everything that's essential is around. So we made a decision that we were going to stay in Florida, me and my girlfriend, and I was like, well, if I'm staying here, then I am drifting again. So I picked up an 89 Nissan 240SX coupe. As you guys can see, it is in very poor condition. I got it for 40 bucks. That's what I paid for it. Probably wondering, what the hell? This makes no sense. Why would you just get a Nissan that's in pieces? That's like, doesn't even have a rear subframe. Everything's taken apart, no dashboard, no engine, no front subframe. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why, Travis? Why? Let me hop in my truck real quick. Alright guys, now we're back in the truck. You can actually hear me talking, I don't have to yell. The reason I bought that giant hunk of metal back there is because it's going to be a giant seat time car. Like, that's all it is. I'm not going to spend any silly time repairing roofs, putting windows in, worrying about my dashboard, restoring all that stuff. We're just going to get a seat, get all the essentials, use my old CA. My buddy Ridge has a transmission, ECU, and wiring harness, so we're going to get that from him down in Tampa, throw it together, get a subframe, get obviously the front cross member, modify my angle, and get back out there, get to drifting. I'll show you guys more when we get home. We've got about a 3-hour drive ahead of us. I just fueled up, and honestly, I don't really feel like filming and driving at the same time because we're out here in the middle of the country, nowhere. So we've been driving on these back roads, these 2-lane roads, and it gets a little sketchy with the semis and stuff driving by, and you know, the roads aren't the best out here. So I will check in with you guys whether we stop for fuel or if we get to the house. I'll let you guys know here shortly. Alright guys, we are at the Florida-Georgia state line. I wanted to check in with you guys. Cummins is doing great, towing phenomenally. Haven't had any issues. The check engine light did come on once when I had cruise control on for the APPS, the accelerator pedal position sensor. But it's been fine since. I had a little scanner with me, pulled the code, cleared it. I've been using cruise control on and off and haven't had an issue. So I'm wondering if there's a fault in the actuator, the ECM or something, but that's it's really weird. Other than that, she's shifting good, running good, staying cool, got the AC on, and the car staying secure back there. I've already showed you guys, and I'll probably show you when I get home because it's loud and stuff, and you know, we're at a rest area. I'll go through the car, I'm gonna pull it up to the garage and kind of clean it up, and then I'll show you guys like more in depth about the car. But it's a coupe, 89. It was somebody's parts car. I got it for super cheap. I actually paid the guy $40 for it. Ton of parts and stuff. I've got some stuff at the house, and a couple of my friends have some stuff, so I'm gonna be able to get it thrown together, but I'll explain all that when I get home, obviously. As for now, we'll keep on riding, and I'll see you guys back at the house. As you guys can see, we have made it home safe and sound. I've got the trailer hogging up a couple parking spots here. And here is my new little project. You guys are probably wondering what the hell is going on. I think I say that in like every single video I upload. I know it looks like a disaster, but in reality it needs a subframe with a diff. Obviously all the arms and such, knuckles. I can buy a whole complete diff. Probably get it pieced together with aftermarket parts under $500. I'm willing to bet. I paid $40 for the entire car with all of the extra parts that he had that he was willing to give up. That was some springs, lowering springs, from Teen, the factory struts, a hood, and some other knickknacks and stuff in the back. All the window trim pieces, the seals. I'm going to be putting Lexan over the quarter glass, obviously completing the rear end, welding the diff, doing subframe bushings just like I did with the red car. Coming up front, I'm going to modify a front crossmember or subframe, whatever you want to call it. I have engine mounts, I have my whole CA, I have lower control arms, I have knuckles. I'll need to get hubs, figure that situation out, and get wheels, and we can have a rolling chassis. The steering wheel is in the back, and then the column all the way down to the half shaft that goes to the rack. That's provided with a key, all of the wiring and such in the body from the forward half of the car right here on the dash all the way to the back. I'm going to need to get obviously an engine harness, an ECU, and a transmission / bell housing for my CA. That will come from a buddy of mine down in Tampa, the guy that I actually bought that CA in a couple of uploads ago. It was actually like last year, but I did buy a CA from him, and that's who I'm going to be grabbing the rest of the parts from to use in this vehicle here in this little project. So it's going to be nothing too crazy right off the bat, just because I'm going to set some money aside to get this thing going. I'm going to be storing it at a friend's house so it can hang out and wait, but it does have really good back half. Looks like it got into a little scuffle over here. You can see the strut tower looks pretty good to me. It doesn't look like the strut tower is damaged. It's like similar to my car. Somebody tried fixing this area right here. I'll cut that all out, reshape it, or I might just do a tube front. This car is literally a seat time car. All I want to do is get it squared away to where I can drive it, get some comfortable suspension on it, get this car nice and comfortably set up, I should say. The chassis itself nice and stiff, and I just want to thrash it. All I want to do is practice, get seat time, and I'm not worrying about, fixing headliners, replacing roofs, windows. I'll throw a dashboard in it, center console, my hydro. That way I can put a, cluster in it, put my gauges on top, have everything in there, maybe a radio, because it does have all its HVAC in the back. Won't do air conditioning. Maybe I'll just get the blower motor, and maybe I'll have heat, for the winter time or whatever when I'm drifting in the 2 months that it's cold in Florida. But that is that, guys. You're probably wondering what the hell. This doesn't make any sense. Like, I thought you were moving and stuff. Change of plans. I'll explain that in another video when I have time to sit down. As you guys see, the sun's going down and stuff, and I want to get inside, eat dinner, clean up and stuff, and get ready for the day tomorrow, because I'm probably going to pull it around and vacuum all this nonsense out, clean all this crap out, figure out what I'm going to do with these seats. They're not that bad. Just keep it as a passenger seat for now. Replace that with a bride and a rail. And then I'm going to probably just weld in a strut harness bar in the back, or make my own bar, to do my just race equip harnesses, bride rep, just budget, build, drift. That's what I want to do. That's all I want to do. So that is that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to continue this video in a part 2 tomorrow, when I have time to pull this guy around and do some cleaning and dig through all the parts and show you guys more in depth. Obviously I'll unstrap a few straps there so we can kind of open it up and go from there too. So I hope you guys are excited for this drift build. I know a lot of my CA followers and guys that were supporting my drift stuff just as I was getting started are probably going to be hyped. I've talked to a few guys, and everyone's kind of stoked that I'm coming back to like the little drift game that I was doing here in Jax. So I'm pretty stoked. And also, you see the seafoam green as the original color? I might sand it down and do some seafoam green. I know I just said not like spending a bunch of time on it, but that is pretty color, and it would be cool to do a little two-tone action. We'll see where it goes, guys. I'm pretty excited. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you later.